You know the drill. You're making out. You start feeling your way downtown. One of you wants to make a move to Cunnilingus,ville, but you don't have protection. Dental dams are hard to use, hard to come by, and condoms taste like, well, condoms. Hundreds of millions of people worldwide have STIs that can be transmitted via oral sex. So let me introduce you to Lorals, a first-of-its-kind product that provides protection, sexy style, and comfort. And it tastes like vanilla. Lorals for Protection are FDA approved for STI protection during oral-based activities. And Lorals for Pleasure are the perfect cross between sexy lingerie and kinky toys. These thin and incredibly stretchy single-use silky latex undies are worn during fingering, rimming, oral sex, tribbing, and more. Head over to mylorals.com to get your 4-pack today. Be sure to use my code for a discount at checkout. What's Your Position Podcast? All one word. And remember, stay safe, stay kind, and stay sexy with Lorals.
What's Your Position podcast may contain adult themes, sexual discussions, and strong language. We want everyone to be educated, but we are intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised. On today's Quickie, we're talking about out-of-the-box sex toys. Do you want to hear a joke?
Yup.
Yeah.
What do priests and Christmas trees have in common?
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
It's starting out strong.
They both get lit up by little boys.
Oh, God.
No, but that's good. Their balls are just ornaments. And now, with love from Huntington Beach, your host, Ashley Weller.
Welcome, fellow humans, to a Quickie. We are doing a Christmas Quickie. That's fun and alliterative to say.
Christmas Quickie.
Christmas Quickie. We're talking about sex toys that you might want to buy your partner for this holiday season. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Festivus,
Or anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Or if you want to just buy somebody a fucking sex toy.
Yeah.
We've got a gift guide for you that we're going to break down. So I gave everybody a task here at the WYP team, and I told them to. Actually, this was Mia's idea. She said, "Let's talk about very niche, sex toys."
And how she
got real specific, and I was like, "We need to remember the WYP audience doesn't necessarily know what a butt plug is, right? Like you may have an probably not all of them." Not everyone knows what that is. Not everyone knows that there's a difference between dildos and vibrators. So just because we have a vast knowledge of this information does not mean everyone does. So we were getting real niche, like deep.
Oh, mine are going to be so
real deep. But we do have some that are for use in the general population, even if you live on the side of the tracks that tend to go towards the flavor of vanilla. That's okay. We've got some toys for you. And we also are going to plug an amazing company that makes fantasy-based dildos. By the way, for the audience member who doesn't know the difference between a dildo and a vibrator, husband Kevin Weller?
Dildo is typically just your phallic design, and a vibrator will actually have different functions. And vibrate.
Oh, there you go. So a vibrator vibrates, a dildo dildos.
But vibrators also can like spin, and they might have beads.
They can do shit. But dildos can bend and twist and be shapes and objects, and they're very phallic and they're sexy. But Silk Arts is an amazing company. I'm holding up the dildo that they sent me right now. I got the Sparrow, and it is stunning. It has so many different layers and feathers, like feathering on the silicone. And I got it in an ombre neon pink to yellow, because duh. And it also comes with a handle. And I just talked to Matt, the owner and creator of Silk Arts Today. And he told me that his original idea for creating a handle for your dildo was for individuals who have disabilities to be able to reach and utilize a dildo with more ease and more accessibility and to achieve greater pleasure.
And so he designed that particular.
He designed the handles specifically for people with disabilities so that they could.
And that's
achieve
great though,
orgasm.
because somebody with disabilities could use that, but that also could help with just like anybody.
Yeah. If you want to try,
angles.
like most of the time, I'm assuming that individuals who masturbate probably lay on their back to masturbate and just use a dildo. But like if you had a handle, you could be on all fours.
Mm-hmm.
You could try a different position with yourself. You could get in the shower and try a new position and have a friend help you, phone a friend, like and call in some reinforcements. And I just think that Matt he's just a really nice person, and every single piece of art, because it really is a piece of art. He makes everything from butt plugs to grinders. He makes silicone, like it's almost like it looks like a soap dish, but it has ridges on it, and like girls can grind on it.
And you can strap them down to something, right?
I've never heard of that.
Holy
before.
fuck, dude, they're so cool.
Okay, I'm gonna show me,
we got to show a picture because it's go to the Silk Art websites because it's really, really, really
and
beautiful.
Attached to this episode, we're going to be posting on Instagram some pictures of things that we're going to be talking about today, so you have a visual to go along with our beautiful voices.
Brilliant tie-in. Yeah, we're going to create a not a buying guide. Like you don't have to go to those specific websites because we're not affiliated. Unofficial sponsors
today. We are not sponsored by anyone that we talk about today.
An official sponsor. But they're just going to give you sort of an idea of what it looks like. And I'll include some pictures of Silk Arts as well. That's SILCARTS.
Silk like silicone.
Silk like silicone. So I actually want to immediately get to this. My stat of the day. It's my stat of the day. Ooh. It's my stat of the day. Ooh. It's my stat of the day. Ooh. So I'm going to just break into my first outside the box toy.
Oh, we got a 2-in-1.
I'm going to break right into it. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about sex toys and their history before y'all get to go.
Great. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I get to go first because I'm the host. Get that.
Fair.
Okay. What percentage of women, when surveyed, said that they have masturbated with a shower head or the water
we literally talked about this
in a tub?
Oh, God.
What percentage of women, when surveyed? Now, we have to remember, being psychology individuals, that people who typically answer these surveys are probably more likely to be people who masturbate.
Right.
So just knowing that, what percentage of women said they have masturbated with a shower head or running water in the tub?
I'm going to say, because I think that's probably one of the most discreet but common place where women would
Both of those
masturbate.
things are accurate.
I'm going to say 92.
92%. Write that down.
I'm going to say, I was going to say a high number, not that high. I was
I'm going to go high. I'm going to go that high.
fuck. Now I'm thinking I should go a little bit higher.
No, go with
I'm
your
going to
gut.
say
Go with your gut.
69.
69. Tried. Where's the fucking horns? Tried and true. I am going to tell you already, listener, make your guess right now because I'm going to give you
Lock
a
it in.
mild spoiler alert. 55% of these women said that they masturbated with a shower head before the age of 18. So I want to just speak to the individuals out there who masturbate in the shower, AKA everyone. Because when you're a teenager, when you're living at home, when you're living with parents,
where else are you
going to
do it?
lock
That's
on the
your
door.
only place that you can have
The
privacy.
only place you can fucking rub one out is the bathroom. Like, come on. Or you have to wait till everyone goes to bed. And how do you know that they're still asleep? The shower is a safe place. And so the shower then becomes a sensual place. So my very first toy, might be one that some have heard of before, but maybe you have not. It is called the Water Slide Aquatic Stimulator. A quote from one of the individuals who bought this water slide is, "It's like getting head from a mermaid with 1,000 tongues."
Oh,
Wow, that
my
is
God.
great.
that's so descriptive.
Yeah.
The water slide is a revolutionary patented water diverter that easily attaches to a bathtub faucet to comfortably deliver hypnotic flows of water to the midline of the tub, right where it counts. For many women, the rush of water over their sensitive parts was their first pleasure experience. However, at some point, it is no longer comfortable to practice bathtub yoga. So I did do bathtub yoga when I was younger and try to like get my ass up against like the front of the tub and my legs up in a V so that I could get the stimulation from the jet of the water coming down as a young person. Now we've got the water slide, which literally looks like a water slide and actually attaches to the bottom
crazy.
of a faucet, and then kind of has like a bunch of different little like, I'm not going to say veins, but like little slides in the water slide so that it delivers different pressure and different tubes of water.
Okay.
Yeah. It's OBGYN approved. It's recyclable. It is hands-free. So it is disability friendly. It is body safe. It is water delivered straight to your vulva. Pleasure from arousal to orgasm. You decide how far you go. All the power you need. You decide the water pressure. And it is inclusive because you can use it by yourself or with a partner. So the water slide is our first introduction. I would say that is probably a very vanilla, easy introduction to the world of outside the box sex toys. I think out of all of the ones that we have mentioned today, that one is probably the closest to something that individuals who are not super comfortable with, like, you know, an octopus dildo would be comfortable with, right?
Or this.
Or what you're about to talk about. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit before we get into each of our toys. Actually, no. Tell me one of your toys, husband.
Start with the most vanilla one.
Start with the most vanilla.
Well, the reason I was going to try to jump in with this one, because I think this one, okay, so when Mia suggested this, I won't tell you what she talked about because she's going to talk about it later.
We'll be talking about that
She
later.
shall be talking about
So
that. Do not blow her
to
wad.
me, it was relatively not extreme, but it put me in that mindset. So two of the things that I've found are pretty, they're pretty extreme. So I went with one that is more vanilla, and it is called the I Rub My Ducky 2.0. And it's what you think. It is a little rubber ducky. It looks like that, a little, you know, any little rubber ducky that you'd find. Mm-hmm. It comes in different colors, you know, the classic yellow.
Does any of them have a bondage suit on?
I'm sure I can find one.
That'd be amazing.
That would be great.
Ducky, with a little ducky
baby.
ball gag.
The one that I'm seeing on this website, no, there's one that's polka dot. There's one that's just a classic yellow. There's one that's, you know.
What website are you on?
It is, actually, you can find these easiest. They're on Amazon.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, cool.
So this one's a really easy one. Now, I think this one would be good for somebody who wants to leave it in their bathtub or shower.
Ooh.
It's inconspicuous. You can hide it in plain sight.
You can put it,
That's
anywhere. You can
smart.
hide it, and you can just be like, "Oh yeah, this is my little shower ducky," and nobody would think anything of it because it's just a little rubber ducky.
So-
Nobody would look at it and be like, "Is that a vibrator?"
What part of it is a vibrator?
The whole thing.
The whole thing. Oh, okay.
So
do you
the whole
ride it?
No. It's
You could do
just like a
whatever you
tiny
want.
little rubber ducky. Here, this is the size, and I'll show you. It fits in the palm of your hand.
I'm just wondering, like, so it looks like a rubber duck that's looking at you, but like I'm not.
So
gonna
you
put
would probably
I'm
use
not gonna
the
put
breast of the front of the duck.
I'm not going to put the beak in my clit.
Maybe you would.
Maybe you will.
If the whole thing's vibrating.
You have the whole thing's
whole thing's
vibrating.
fucking
Yeah, the whole thing
vibrating.
vibrates.
I don't know.
And it has 7 different speeds.
Oh,
Wow. We love
wow.
versatility.
Yeah.
I love that.
On that note, I saw some of those kind of funny. Do you guys do anything other than the
Yes.
constant?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you do the
Every time.
Yep. Mine has like 15 different speeds.
Yep. I
Really?
change it.
And so you guys
And I
actually
can
enjoy
create
it?
my own.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
really
you have-
awesome,
you have a
actually.
fucking
Mia
high
has-
tech.
My
She-
vibrator
Tech.
gets updates, guys.
That's amazing.
The only vibrator I own. It was like a graduation present to myself. So
But it doesn't.
it was
Can I tell-
expensive, but
tracks,
it was worth it.
It tracks it. It
And,
tracks the orgasm.
No, it doesn't track orgasm, but it's the mystery vibe. I think it's called the Crescendo 2 or something. I
They-
went to a conference. And
I think I just saw
recommended
recently that there's a new one.
Yeah, I'm
Because
sure. They're
the
always
reason
coming
I
out
know
with
that is because the second time we hung out with Mia, she told us all about it.
She was so
There's
excited.
research on it because, like I
No,
was
no.
saying, I went to this conference,
Right.
and at the conference they had a table, a booth
And it's-
that was this lady was showing me all this research about her vibrator, and I was like, of course I'm gonna get it. There's
Yeah.
research,
research.
and it was 50% off. So
No, and also it's
Duh.
very unique looking. It doesn't look like
It bends.
it bends in different directions.
Yeah.
So it's got like maybe 5 different kind of smaller joints that you can bend it. So you can bend it into a complete circle, or you can keep it straight. And then it's also got at the top of the vibrator, like kind of flappy lip things that you could use on your clit, like specifically if you wanted
Yeah.
to. It's very cool.
I think it is interesting to note that it is interesting, and I hate to call you out, but that a man said, "Do you ever use the different settings?" Yes. Do
Yes.
you ever go at different speeds when you masturbate?
Yeah. No, the reason I asked is because I've seen several different clips on Instagram that girls are like, "What the why?" If you look on,
Well, yeah.
They
at
say
the
no.
end, at the end, consistency is key. But at the beginning, I like a little dance.
no, I'm that's where I'm getting my info. I can find one for you.
No, I
Girls,
don't- you don't- I don't need you to
there's like
find
girls that do like
I mean, it's going to be different for everyone, though.
Right,
Sometimes
exactly.
someone's going to want something consistently the entire time. And
Yeah.
if that's what you need,
That's what gets
you
you
need.
off. Then that's what gets
So
you
I
off.
was
Yeah.
just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I like a little salt and pepper. Sometimes I just like salt. Sometimes I like just pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
you
I
go.
like some cayenne. It
Yeah.
just depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that the duck has seven, and I like
That's
that
pretty cool.
he's waterproof, which is great.
Yeah.
It's also for the bathroom, which stays on brand for what we've been
Mm-hmm.
talking about. I appreciate that.
I have a good, like, kind of more vanilla out of the 3 of mine.
Okay, all right. What's
we
your
can go
more
to.
vanilla?
So my first one is this product from Rosalie Body Works. It is a candle that is made up of kind of like body butter and like massage oils. So it's marketed as more so like a massage oil, like massage lotion kind of a product.
Okay.
But basically, like, you light the candle and then you can pour the contents of the candle onto your skin and rub it in. It's like a lotion.
That's pretty amazing,
You can
actually.
use it for like massages. The website lists 23 and counting different things that you can do with them. The biggest one again being massages, but the creator herself has even talked about how the kink community is now one of her biggest supporters
Oh wow.
because of wax play.
Well, wax play is
Yeah,
huge
so-
in the kink community, but you don't have to be in the kink
No,
community
not at all,
to
and-
want to give someone a massage.
Exactly. So it's kind of like a good like multi-purpose. And for anyone who doesn't know, wax play is a form of temperature play that's typically practiced in BDSM, where you're dripping hot candle wax onto a person's skin, and
It can get messy.
it can get messy.
And wax is hard to get out of carpet.
Exactly.
Of all
or your
kinds.
sheets
Or your sheet.
Anything.
whatever,
Anything.
anything. So-
your mustache.
And I think this could be a great, if you're someone who's kind of more interested in starting a kink journey, this could be a really cool like beginning platform of kind of
Yeah, I
experience.
Does
agree.
it say anything about it being like non-toxic, vegan, like all natural?
I think each candle is going to be made with something different. I couldn't find exactly what the base is used, like what exactly the base is, but it's skin safe. It's the whole purpose
Sure.
is you pour it onto your skin. It's basically just like massage oils and lotions.
Do you have the website?
Yeah, there's different smells, there's different scents,
Holy
and they all
shit.
come in these gorgeous, cute little teacups.
Oh my god!
And then the whole thing is that you can, after you're done with the candle, you can then reuse the teacup.
my God,
so
it's really
it's a great
cute.
kind of multi-purpose gift as well.
That's really cool.
And they're
Oh my God,
always
they're
coming out
so
with new
pretty.
ones.
Wow, I can't wait to show you guys these. They're
I
absolutely
know
stunning.
this one is their most their bestseller. It's called the Absinthe Lotion Teacup Candle. It's really gorgeous, kind of gothic looking, some silver metal with glass
nice.
elements.
Some brass, very
really
beautiful.
gorgeous. And then the wax shimmers. It's got sparkles in it. So when it's all heated up, it looks like it's twinkling stars. It's really pretty.
What's the website?
The website is rosaliebodyworks.com. And they're always coming out with new updates and stuff. But
That one's really cool.
Fucking exciting.
Super cool.
Before we get into our next toy, so pick your next level, right?
Okay.
Save the thing for after the break.
Which one?
You know the one. We're going to talk about a little bit about sex toys and how far back they go. Do you either of you want to guess how far back BC? How many thousands of years BC?
When the first one they found.
The first one they found. This is very.
I know.
I was thinking like the 20s.
Oh no, I'm thinking we're like.
damn.
I think we're going like 10,000 years back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's got to be very
28,000 BC.
That's
Wow.
insane.
The oldest sex toy known to anyone is dated around 28,000 BC and is a Paleolithic stone phallus discovered at the Holy Fels Cave in southwestern Germany. It is
Wait, what was it made out of?
stone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing that's going to last from that long.
Correct.
for
And
the
it's
most
also
part.
can be smooth. If you think they use rose quartz
Yeah.
for dildos right now. They use glass.
There's temperature play with that right there.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
yeah, there is.
exactly.
It is speculated that it was used as a dildo, a sculpture, and an idol. Between 28,000 and 11,000 BC, archaeological evidence from various excavations in France and throughout other parts of Europe, including areas that are known to be Mesopotamia then, suggest that phallic objects were used creating antlers, bone, and stone. So you want to talk about like... We were talking earlier about a little more like way outside the box. Like I saw one that was fucking elephant dick. We've seen like fuck a horse dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making dildos out of antlers. Like, that is the original
sounds
bestiality
sharp.
right
You
now.
got to use what's available.
Got to use what's available. The archaeological record provides evidence of phallic decoration with dots, lines in practiced Paleolithic artisanal period pieces. These designs were made on the surface of the phallic object for identification and ornamental purposes. In other ancient civilizations from 3000 BC through ancient Egypt, we see paintings that depict women wearing phallic objects strapped to their bodies
Wow. Strap on.
Whoa.
and potentially pleasing partners.
Pegging.
Yeah. So the very first images of
Pegging.
strap-ons,
Strap-ons.
either like pleasing their maidens or
Yeah.
strap-ons pleasing their mates in pegging. We can't tell which is which from the drawings, but we do see strap-ons, and that is absolutely outside of the box. None of us are talking about
yeah.
strap-ons today, but
No.
strap-on dildos are huge in many communities, not just kink or BDSM.
That could be.
We had a recent episode with Ruby Ryder about pegging.
Yeah.
Strap-ons are used in the LGBTQ community, and they're also used in the heterosexual community as well. And we are seeing this all the way back to 3000 BC. In ancient Babylon, those fuckers were so fucking horny. Babylonians knew what the fuck was up about sex. They had probably more anal sex than any ancient civilization because they knew it prevented pregnancy. Can we get a horn? Can we get a fucking motherfucking horn for that bitch? One of the oldest records of sex toys actually being used, documented, and written down is in the Bible. Horn me.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh. No way.
It deserves to. The prophet Ezekiel wrote his book between 592 and 570 BC while held captive in Babylon. Babylonians were fucking horny. I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
Ezekiel wrote in his book, and I will quote you the exact book and chapter, Ezekiel 16:17. The translation from the King James Bible says, "Thou hast taken thy fair jewels of my gold and of my silver, which I have given thee, and madest to thyself images of men, and didst commit whoredom with them." The Hebrew makes it clear this is what you should be picturing. phallic symbols that were remolded from gold and silver jewelry stolen from Ezekiel being used for sexual gratification. Ezekiel employed a vivid metaphor to illustrate the magnitude of Jerusalem's infidelity, comparing it to a wife who would take her husband, aka God's gifts, and fashion them into a phallus and use them for sexual gratification rather than have sex with her impotent husband.
Whoa.
I've never.
Is that
heard
not
this.
crazy?
What?
Nobody talks about that.
Damn.
Another old school. No, of course nobody fucking talks about
Yeah.
that. The Bible talks about dildos. Why would anyone ever mention that? Who cares about the Bible, right? All they
Yeah.
want to talk about is how bullshit it is
Yeah.
that we can't fucking have abortions or be homosexuals. But okay. The Kama Sutra is the world's oldest documented book that is based purely around sex and pleasure and contains numerous references to sex toys. One of the oldest practices talks about a variety of what are called apparaturiva or apparati used for sexual intercourse, crafted from, among other things, wood, rubber, gold, silver, copper, ivory, and horn. Additionally, the text notes that when men have no sex partners, they may satisfy themselves with sex dolls.
Whoa.
So this is the first written documentation of yet another sex toy that is niche and outside of the box.
Yeah, I didn't even think about
Sex
sex dolls.
dolls.
Gosh, dang it.
With the advent now of AI and
my
AI
gosh.
becoming more and more prominent, I feel like we're going to have much more intricate and hello computer graphics, like sex dolls that'll be able to talk back, sex dolls that'll be able to moan, sex dolls that'll be able to have an orgasm.
Yeah.
Technically,
Have you seen Lars and the Real Girl?
no.
Oh my God. That's a movie with Ryan Gosling where he is
Oh,
in a
you haven't seen
relationship
that?
with a sex doll.
Your boyfriend?
Rygos.
Yeah.
He's my boy. I love that man.
Let's watch that after this.
Kama Sutra also has some of the first options of treatments for erectile dysfunction. They also have like basically blueprints for one of the first strap-ons that you could use. And they also have the first mention of any sort of insertion into the penis.
Oh.
Interesting.
Artificial penile nodes are inserted objects beneath the skin of the penis to enhance the pleasure of the female or the male during sexual intercourse, which brings me to one of Mia's honorable mentions, piercings.
Oh, yes, piercings.
Yes.
So there are so many different kinds of piercings that you can get to enhance pleasure. Some of those are going to be on the dick, and some of them are going to be on your vagina or labia or clit.
But there are also
Or nipples.
little tiny sterling silver nodes or balls that you can actually get implanted under the skin
Yeah.
to make your penis
Oh,
the
under
exact
the penis.
to make your penis exactly like the vibrators that have the pearls on the inside, and then your dick now has little balls
I'm gonna look into that.
around the
So crazy.
yeah.
So, the most common areas for males to get piercings are going to be on the shaft, pubic piercings, scrotum piercings, and then perineum. How do I pronounce that?
Perineum,
Perineum piercings. That's the line.
the taint.
Yeah.
No, it's the taints where the asshole and the bottom of the penis meet.
Yeah, and I remember when I was getting my ears pierced last, I was like, "What's the weirdest piercing you've done to my piercing?" And he's like, dicks
Paint.
are probably, the weirdest, but I get those pretty often." So
Oh,
Wow.
wonder how often
feel
that
like,
is.
and he was telling me that it seems a lot more common in people who are older or have been in relationships for a
interesting.
while
Well,
as kind
a
of like
lot
a
of
way to
sexual
like
exploration.
Yeah.
to like
When
spice
you're
things
older,
up.
yeah,
But like
that makes sense.
older people will typically get them as a way to like spice things up or like, fuck
Yeah.
it, I haven't tried this yet. Why not?
So
Yeah.
the next stage of our sex toys that you can buy for this Christmas is going to be I would call it maybe the chocolate stage. Like, I don't know, chocolate, like vanilla and then chocolate and then
Yeah.
like rainbow
Neapolitan?
sherbet.
Okay.
So my next level in our sex toys is the Flick Duo Dual Output Stimulator Multi-Pack. This is a TENS machine, and TENS machines are used in physical therapy and used a lot in sports medicine. And they're little sticky pads that you can put on any muscle, and you can adjust the intensity of the electric shock.
Like a defibrillator, but
Kind
that you can adjust.
But it's more of like a subtle vibration and not let me start your heart. So
Just makes your muscles.
yeah, it contracts your muscles. So the introduction to this is get the perfect introduction to dual channel stimulation with our ElectroStim Flick Duo Multi-Pack. Not only do you get the amazing dual channel stimulator, you also receive the anal probe, vaginal probe, electric cock rings, and self-adhesive nipple clamps, as well as a tube of electroconductive gel. So electrosex is the pleasurable stimulation of your nerve endings and surrounding tissues using electric currents. You may also hear it called E-stem, EES, or electrostim. The TENS unit used for pain management, or EMS using for muscle toning. Electro sex toys and stimulators work on the same principle, but are designed especially for erotic pleasure, so you can provide a much wider range of sensation. They are safe and a fun and unique way to experiment with different sensations, whether playing with yourself or with a partner. On some levels, higher levels of electrostimulation can feel uncomfortable and even torturous, which is why E-stem has such a close association with BDSM. However, the sensations that you experience are entirely dependent upon you, increasing the power slowly for a more sensual and erotic electrosex experience. If you've never tried electrostimulation before, why not take a look at some of the electro starter packs that you can get anywhere. Amazon, Etsy, the Chain Gang is where I found this specific description of electro sex. I personally hate TENS machines.
I've never
freak my body out.
that.
When I had like a pinched nerve in my neck, and my doctor prescribed a TENS machine, and I couldn't, like, they had to turn it all the way up. But they use these TENS machines to demonstrate period cramps.
Yes. Okay.
So if you've ever
so
seen
many
like
videos
the
of that,
TikTok
oh my god,
videos of where they put these giant pads on men where the ovaries would be,
And
and
they
then
go down.
they're
turn it up to
fucking
like
babies.
They turn it up to 3, and the men like sob.
That's what
And
it feels
they
like.
put it on women, and they're like, yeah, that's what that feels like. Yep. But what you're supposed to be doing is putting these in. You can insert these.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was
electrodes.
going to say. They have probes that you can insert.
So they have a lot of different kinds of things. They have pads that you can put on your nipples. They have pads that you can put on your scrotum, that you can put on your labia, that you can put on your taint, that you can put on different parts of your body. Then they also have inserts that you can put inside the vaginal canal. You can put inside the anus, and then you can wrap one of the little cuffs around the outside of the penis as well.
Oh.
Wow.
So there's all different sorts of toys that you can add and increase the electrostimulation. And you're not getting shocked. It's not electricity.
Yeah.
It's just it's like a TENS machine. It's like a little vibration of electrodes going
There
straight
is
to
like
a muscle.
a current.
There's
though,
a current, yeah, but you're not going to like be Marv from Home Alone.
Yeah.
Why the hell do you not have shoes on? Why the hell are you dressed like a chicken? Okay, so that's my mid-level kink. Husband Kevin Weller, do you have a mid-level?
Oh, yeah. Mine's, I feel like this one's stepping it up a notch. So what I have is a Fleshlight gas mask.
Okay. All right.
So this is actually gonna work out for both partners.
Okay, so Fleshlight is a company that creates very realistic vaginas and boobs and anuses, typically for penis owners to insert their dicks into. And the inside of the Fleshlight is supposed to feel like the inside of an anus or the inside of a vagina.
Yeah. And so the purpose of this is, if you can think about a gas mask, where the filter would be is where the Fleshlight would be. And the Fleshlight opening is on the outside of the mask. So
Okay. in a heterosexual dynamic, the female would be wearing the gas mask?
The female would be wearing this, yes, in a male-female dynamic.
Wow.
But this is so if you can think of a blowjob, if you're a man and you're receiving the blowjob,
Mm-hmm.
you can only go so hard, so fast, so deep in the mouth of the person that's doing it.
For real?
So I think this is to more simulate being able to. I don't know how else to say this.
So the fleshlight is an extension of the mouth. So the dick is never coming near the mouth.
It's not going in, yeah.
Oh,
because
fantastic.
But how deep does the fleshlight go? Because the picture that we were looking at earlier doesn't look like it goes that deep.
Well, this one is shallower.
Okay,
So you could
okay.
probably put your mouth at the
see.
end of it if you were the woman.
But then you would still only get the tip.
Right. So there are guys that like to, it's called, the porn term is face fucking.
Uh-huh.
And so this is a way to do it without making the person that's giving you the
Stop
blowjob
breathing.
stop breathing, especially if they're not really into something that's that rough,
Yeah.
which I'm sure a lot of people aren't. They don't want to get their face fucked.
And they also don't want their larynx to be
Right.
jammed.
Yeah, and you can, there can be throat bruising and so
Yeah.
on and so forth. So it could be, an unpleasant experience.
Where did you find that?
This is on Etsy, by the way.
On Etsy.
You can find anything on Etsy.
This is where
there's
I
haunted
found
shit on Etsy.
No, I found the craziest things. If anybody wants to look for sex toys, Etsy, they're everything.
Unofficial sponsor.
Unofficial sponsor.
Dark Etsy.
Dark Etsy.
So
That literally just looks like someone bought a gas mask and someone bought a fleshlight
And, cut the fleshlight
cut
in
the
half.
fleshlight in half.
Yeah.
but
and then
this
glued it to the
this
to the
is
gas
just
mask.
one of the ones that I found.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's multiple ones. This one you can actually buy the fleshlight, the anus fleshlight, and you can also buy the vaginal fleshlight.
It seems like definitely crossing into the GIMP territory.
Yeah.
It's very,
because
very
it
GIMP
is-
territory.
Because
Yeah.
it's a mask that's covering
Right.
your face, you know?
and it's I don't know if
Oh my
I'm saying
God.
it's like breath play.
This item is sold out.
On Etsy.
On
it's
Etsy.
completely sold out.
Completely
Yeah.
sold out.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, and so if you are, if you're whoever's wearing the mask, if they like the idea of asphyxiation or having their, because if that's there,
That's like 3 kinks in one.
right. So if that's there, the filter's not there, so your air is being restricted.
For sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
So
Oh, yeah.
it's definitely unique and
It's not something that you would start with.
This is not
Probably not.
This
This-
is not a first toe outside of your.
we're gonna
vanilla
say
No,
this is an
absolutely not.
advanced.
This is
an advanced
I
move.
can't wait to see what your final
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Toy
Okay, so
is.
I think I'm gonna go to my second one, which is the one that started the reason for this.
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, good.
The
Yeah,
reason
I love
I
this.
think that this is an
Yes.
and this is also we're gonna have you do this one and then we're gonna take a quick break.
Okay,
We're gonna
okay.
come back with our final 3 after.
So you got to
do
wait
this
for the
one.
final
Yeah, we
3.
gotta
Yeah,
wait
but
for the final
are
3.
our top 3. But my number 2 is the reason we did this episode, and that is fisting gloves. Oh my gosh. So the whole reason this started is I saw a TikTok. There's a new movie that just came out on Netflix called The Killer with Michael Fassbender and a bunch of other people. And he's basically like an assassin. It's kind of like in the same vein as John Wick, I guess.
Okay.
We have to see that movie. We have yet to watch it. But
Let's do it.
Michael Fassbender saying in this interview that the director really wanted the character to be wearing these skin tight gloves, and they tried a bunch of different like conventional gloves, and nothing was looking right. So they found fisting gloves, which are like skin tight and typically silicone, and that was like what they wanted. The gloves he wears in the movie are very short. They really only come up to right underneath the wrist. But fisting gloves can be anywhere from the wrist length to your elbow.
Above the elbow.
They could go up to
Yeah.
your thumb.
Right.
up to your armpit.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's insane. So these are going to be worn, like it says in the title, for fisting.
And also, you want to wear these gloves not
Right.
only for the protection of your hand, because if you have a hangnail or if you
Yeah,
get any sort of
a cut.
or
Yeah.
a fluid gets on your hand, you don't want to transmit anything. That syphilis can be transmitted that way. I'm serious. So
Yeah.
and also
under your nails.
you don't want to fist somebody if you have
long.
dirty fingernails
Yeah.
or long fingernails.
Yeah, it's a condom for your arm.
It's a condom for your arm. And it's also going to be much more comfortable for your partner to have something that is like the same texture all the way throughout and
Less resistance. Easier to put lube on.
Something that can withstand lube. So I think fisting gloves, I never even fucking thought about this.
Yeah.
I feel like you could use them for fingering too.
I agree.
Sure, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
Also for texture play and
totally.
for impact play.
See, so many different ways.
My
But
God, these are
for
versatile as fuck.
right, for the listener, fisting, also known as handballing or fist fucking, again with the whole blank fucking thing,
Yeah.
is the insertion of the hand into the vagina or into the rectum. Once insertion is complete, fingers are either clenched into a fist or kept straight, like
the Terminator.
like the Terminator. Fisting
Like a blade.
may be performed on oneself, but is most commonly performed on another person.
Okay.
Right.
So you can fist yourself if your
your arms are long enough.
you want.
I don't
There's
have very
I
long
found
arms.
a website
I just tried. I can't do it.
I found a website from Mashable that talks about how to fisting 101 talks about how to fisting, how to fist with
It's like
yourself.
it's like a step by step.
Yes.
Like this is what you do.
How to fist with a partner. I think we can link this in the show notes or whatever.
Sure.
Fuck
But
yeah.
it's very rare that you're starting out with like a full-on fist. Normally you're starting with
Just
fingering,
a fucking
right?
5-finger death punch to the
Five-finger
vag.
punch to the asshole. You're starting with some fingers, light play. You keep introducing fingers till you work up to a fist, from what I
Yeah.
understand. And then once it's in there, you can extend the fingers,
Wiggle
them around,
wave to the
Twist.
cervix,
wave to the cervix,
How
wave
you
to your
doing?
intestine, and do other things.
Did you see any of the fisting gloves? Did they have any sort of ridges or any texture?
I
like
couldn't
ribbed?
find any that were ribbed, but I'm sure that exists.
I would think.
Yeah.
I'm sure fisting. If you literally just type in fisting gloves on Google, there are like a million different places that you could find them at. Amazon has them. There's a ton of other places. But as for who is doing this, there was a 2015 survey that found. Actually, we'll skip that one. We can cut that. There was a 2022 Pornhub year in review that suggested that Gen V are 19% more into fisting than other groups in comparison.
Wait, Gen
Z.
Gen X,
Z.
sorry,
Gen
Gen
X.
X,
Okay.
which is people ages 35 to 54. So Gen X
wow.
are 19% more into fisting than other age
What the
groups,
fuck? Really?
Interesting.
according to Pornhub.
Pornhub has they have all the stats, man.
Pornhub has, for all the bad that they do with their fucking aggression and like naughty things that they allow on their website, man, do
Yeah.
They have some great data. Oh my gosh.
Not to defend them or not defend them, but they've made a lot of effort.
They really have.
I mean, they got
No.
they got in big trouble.
They got in big
like 10
trouble,
years
and then
ago.
they owned the trouble, and they were
they
like, "We're gonna fucking work on the
only
trouble.
verified,
We're gonna
only
work on the
verified
fucking
people
trouble."
can post.
It's true. They really did. I did a whole episode on Pornhub and how they came and.
Because you used to be able to anybody can post. It used to be anybody can post, but then
No.
there was a lot of
And
illegal
they
stuff
had
was ending up
they
on
had
there.
a fucking shit ton of people go through, and anything that looked fucking sketchy, like it was a hotel room,
Done.
they took
Gone.
it fucking down.
Yeah.
So fisting gloves, back to this, do you buy a pair of fisting gloves, like dishwashing gloves, or do you buy a glove?
It seems like
Michael
it's
Jackson?
more of an glove
I think
situation.
it's an yeah.
But
Singular.
I think you can, you could
Buy a pair if
buy
you have a
it
friend.
in any capacity where you could buy two. And just because, aesthetically too, if you're going for like the look of the outfit that you're putting together,
Facts.
both gloves.
Unless you want to go the Michael
Guys,
Jackson route,
what if you
Thriller
wore,
route.
okay, wait, what if you wore fisting gloves and the Fleshlight gas mask
Oh wow.
and
my
you
gosh.
came in with the rubber ducky?
Oh my gosh. And then the candle in your other hand.
Candle in your other hand.
And all of our listeners wait until the next one that we're going to
Oh, it's
introduce.
gonna get even
and we're
wilder
it's
after
gonna
the
get even
break.
The
wilder.
last round is the worst round.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Or the best.
It's going to
or
be the
the
best.
best,
Some
or
people
the
might be
best.
like, hey, I really like that.
come back for your sexy Christmas gifts right after this.
this, baby. That if you're asking for, I'll give it to you.
Ever waddle to the bathroom after sex, towel between your legs, desperately trying to keep the freshly delivered load from dripping down your leg and onto your hardwood? Well, worry no more. Awkward Essentials introduces the Drip Stick, or as I like to call it, the cum sponge. This medical-grade sponge sucks up jizz before it sneaks onto your sheets. Visit awkwardessentials.com today and use my code, WYP, for a 10% discount. They offer numerous products for all types of fun fluids. Keep your shorts semen-free and use my code today. That's WYP and save 10%. Awkward Essentials, making bodily fluids less awkward.
This cannot be me, Ariana. No, it's been a while, but I really need your help this year. Let me make this clear. See, I really love him, and it's been kind of tough, cause he's only in town for the holidays. Tomorrow he's flying away, away from me. I don't need another gift, I just have one wish. This year, can you just make it snow in California? I'll even settle for rain. Don't want him to go tomorrow morning. Give me something to make him stay. Wrapped in his arms by the fireplace would be the perfect gift. Let us know, let us know, let us know, let us know. In California, this cannot happen.
Welcome back, fellow humans, to this Christmas Quickie, where we're talking about sex toys. So Ariana Grande just basically said, "Can I have a natural disaster so this guy, will stay?" Listen,
His dick fits me like a puzzle piece.
His dick is my dick, and I need him to find a reason other than me, right?
Other than me. Yeah, what the fuck?
Clearly,
Okay, wait,
he's
maybe
not
this isn't
staying
a good-
because of me. But if it could snow in California, global warming, it would be awesome. Thanks, Ariana.
Shout out.
Unofficial sponsor. And probably never a sponsor. Okay, let's give our stat of the day really quick. Can I get some horns real quick up in this bitch? Yeah. How many women, what % of women have said that they have masturbated with a shower head or with some sort of flowing water in the tub? The answer,
I feel like I went too high.
you did. And can I just get, is there like an applause one? Because, okay, get it ready.
You ready?
Get it ready. Get it ready. Motherfucking Mia.
Shut up.
69.
68%.
Oh,
No
68.
way. I was
68.
one off
You were
last
one
time.
off. I know you're doing
Last
really
time, last
well.
episode we recorded,
Wow.
I was also one off.
You
So
were
High
really,
five.
you're doing
Thank
really
you.
well.
Boom.
I'm very,
Very-
proud.
very
Much
proud of
proud.
myself.
And
Yeah.
hap.
Nice.
68% of women
Wow.
said that they have masturbated with a shower head or running water in the tub, and 55% of them said the first time they did that was before the age of 18 years old. Yeah. All right. Someone needs to be taken away from the effects board. We've gotten to the final level of hell. I mean, the final level of our toys,
Look.
where we talk about
This is the very bottom of the
beefy,
iceberg.
the toy daddy. It's toy.
Wow.
It's toy daddy.
Good Lord.
It's time.
I'm going to keep a straight face for this.
I don't know how. I actually kind of think you should go last. to
Yeah.
be quite honest. No, you know what? Let's start with you.
Let's start with you. I think
Yeah.
we should start with yours.
I agree. 'Cause his is I'm not kink shaming, bro.
No.
Don't yuck my yum.
No.
I just
This is for a very special individual.
Yeah.
also I'm gonna actually see if you can embed a video rather than a photo.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
because,
sure I
because it's the
Yeah.
video for
Yes,
me on
I
this one.
completely understand.
And there's people that have bought this. There
Is
are
it sold
reviews that
out?
say it's great.
I'm
Can
sure.
can you read the reviews before you tell us about the product?
This item is amazing and it works wonderfully.
Okay. Why would you pick that review?
She did. Well, this one is the only one. See, this one isn't a great one. It says if inserted, it can only get 2 to eject. After that, it just pushing air into me till I pull out.
Okay. Can you please tell us
a little bit
about your toy?
Okay. So the name of this toy.
Damn it.
You guys ready for this?
so ready.
It is the inflatable ovipositor alien knot dildo anal egg pump alien birthing toy silicone fantasy toy.
Okay, so the group of individuals who is using this toy are people who have insemination or monster fantasies.
Yes.
Okay. Which are absolutely valid fucking fantasies.
assuming
Have
it's
you
like a
ever
hentai.
heard? No. Think about, okay, even just insemination fantasies,
Okay.
like think about anyone who's ever said the phrase "come in me" has an insemination fantasy.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
just what that is.
Yeah, that is the purpose of cum.
That's the basis level of evolution right there. So I get it. Then we have a whole ass episode on hentai, which is another layer of fantasy that I fucking understand and get behind. This is a leg, pun intended, of hentai, or a tentacle of hentai that is based in monster porn. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're now back allowed on the sound effects board. This is an insemination by aliens. So please, can you describe the toy?
So if you can imagine I don't know, a dildo,
Yeah.
Okay.
but the top of it is open.
Okay.
All right. And then there's a pump connected to the base.
So kind of like a Nerf gun without the bottom.
It's exactly what it is. So if you can imagine these small eggs,
how
a little
big
bit
air pump action. So like a
There's-
bike pump. Like a
there-
bike pump.
like a bike pump. The
Oh,
eggs,
okay.
the eggs are a little bit smaller than an actual egg, like an actual chicken
I
egg.
can't believe we're saying this.
Right, but it's and so they're colored eggs and they're rubber.
Is
or
it fucking
silicone.
Easter?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
You are going to be the Easter bunny once you pump these
Wow.
to yourself.
Easter Playboy bunny.
So you basically load the dildo, the Nerf gun dildo,
Wow.
and you basically pump them into yourself.
I wonder.
Oh.
It didn't. Okay. The mechanism used to push air out of the dildo to expel the
Is a
egg
hand pump.
is a hand pump, and it doesn't, in my opinion, seem like it would be able to
produce
produce a lot
enough
of pressure.
Which is why the second review
But like,
said-
dang, the video, they're really shooting them
Oh
out
yeah,
there
no,
in the
it's
video.
got some velocity.
the video looks
Okay,
Like-
see, they shot out pretty quickly.
like
Yeah.
that's the noise I
So
would
maybe
make.
the eggs are just smaller than I think in real life.
They-
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and
This
I
is
mean,
not-
There's so
they-
many different colors.
This is not an official
There's a
or
fact.
unofficial sponsor because
Wow.
I'm not sure how I feel about the safety
some of them.
of
It
this
looks like they
toy.
glow in the dark too.
What I'm most concerned about
I'm
is how
concerned.
do I get the eggs out
So
once they've been
if-
deposited?
If you do this
review
vaginally,
said, this item is exactly as displayed in the app.
yeah,
Wow.
if you do it vaginally, I think you'll be okay. But if you do this anally,
Oh, you can't. You can't
You
do the
definitely
same.
There's
You
no way.
absolutely
these,
can't do
There's
these
absolutely no
stuck
way.
forever.
They'll
Well,
be-
you'd have to go to the emergency.
You have to go to the emergency
Unless
room.
you put like strings on the eggs, so
Yeah.
you could
No,
pull them
string.
out.
You can't do string. It has to have a flared base if it's going in the anus.
No, but I think
thought
she's
about what that
talking
would
about
feel like.
fishing.
Like it's somebody's got to go into this deep dark hole. We're gonna tie a rope around you.
Yep.
Tug twice, we'll pull you up.
Yeah.
But around the egg,
Yeah.
in my ass.
Yeah. And you could just imagine just going.
Oh god! Oh god! It's like pulling a piece of
All right.
hair from your
I
ass.
can't. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know what?
Yeah. No. This is great. This is great. We're
Merry-
giving our
Merry
listeners
Christmas.
a
But-
visual
Merry
representation
Christmas.
But
of
no,
what we're
like
talking
seriously, it seems unsafe.
It does.
Like-
about. Yeah. No.
Like you really
Anally
gotta
unsafe.
You really gotta
Vaginally,
make
you
sure that you
have to be careful.
understand what you're doing. If you were
Yeah.
someone who's interested in trying this out, this
Yeah.
shouldn't do it with
Oh, yeah.
somebody.
This
you
is
feel
definitely an
comfortable with.
advance.
This is beyond. This is expert.
Yeah.
This is expert level.
Yeah.
So this
this
is
is expert.
anally no go
Never,
at all.
ever.
Yeah.
Vaginally, here's the thing. You can tell that these things have some weight to them. So it would be
Yeah.
like a Benoit ball.
Exactly.
Benoit ball.
I was actually just going to tell Mia that I have something that is the same shape and
Size.
weight,
Yeah.
and it has a weighted ball inside of it. They're called Benoit balls, and you put them inside the vaginal canal. They're just a ball, the shape of a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
And you insert it into the vagina and you just let it go, and you cling on to it, and it helps you do Kegels all day. And then you go in and fish it out because it's weighted so it stays at the opening of the vaginal canal. So it doesn't hang out by the cervix. It doesn't float up. It's not Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. This isn't the chamber where they drink the soda and float up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
As opposed to
weighted.
in the anus, it would be
Gone forever.
Yeah.
It's going into your fucking
by the
intestines.
way,
that are there.
to our listeners, we have a few friends that are nurses that work in the ER, and I've every single time I meet a new nurse in my life that I get to know, I ask them this question: is it true that people come in every day with something stuck in their ass? And every single one of them laughs and says, yes, every day.
Dude.
It is a common occurrence where people come in and say,
And it's not a funny, good thing.
no, and it's always they're doing something sexual and they're not putting something flared in their ass. They're putting something like
God.
a light bulb.
candle.
Or
Did you ever see the fucking Jackass skit
Yes,
where they
the
put
car,
a car up the
the
guy's
matchbox.
ass and he goes to the doctor? He's like, I don't know. I went to this party and then I woke up and I didn't feel good. So I came in, they do an
the
x-ray.
look on the doctor's face?
And there's a toy car that they shoved up his ass.
Yeah.
They put it in a condom and then he went into the bathroom and they have like a video of
Yeah.
him trying to do
Oh
it
my God,
later.
oh my God,
and
oh my
he's
God, oh
like,
my God, oh my
I don't
God,
know
oh
if
my
I can get it in, guys. And they were like, suck it up. You're fine.
Yeah.
Just put more lube on it.
Yeah. The doctor's face is like,
Because the doctor has no idea. He's not in on the bit. He wasn't a part. He didn't know
Right.
that they were like doing this for Jackass.
Just went
So
into the emergency
He was
room.
like, great, another car up some fucker's ass
yep.
that I've got to fish out now.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
And so it's a very common occurrence daily. And this is this is ERs worldwide, not just in a particular one. So if you're going to put anything in your ass, make sure it has a flared base.
Yeah.
Make sure it is large enough not to get stuck in there.
Yeah.
So just be very careful.
Be
because
mindful of what you put in your butt and make sure that it can't get sucked up.
And only put things in your butt that are made to go
In your butt.
Right.
The dollar section at Target is
That's what I was just
enticing
thinking.
as fuck. I get it.
Have
It's
you-
not for you.
Do you guys ever see that TikTok
Not
and the
for you.
Instagram guy? He's a paramedic,
He is.
and he every single
This
time
doesn't belong in your butt.
this
Yes,
doesn't belong
yeah.
in your
Doesn't
butt.
belong in your butt.
Yeah, with the different little mini Christmas trees.
This
Yes.
does not belong in your
This
butt.
don't.
No,
Oh my God.
because it looks
Don't do
like
it.
it does.
It does.
That doesn't mean it does.
doesn't mean it does. Damn it. And use lube. Okay. What's yours?
Do we want to go to mine?
I don't know. Okay, we can go to mine. Mine is the name of it really killed me.
Okay.
The Strict Leather Gates of Hell.
Oh yes, I forgot
Yes.
about this one. Yes.
Your penis in purgatory with the gates of hell. This intriguing product is made up of a series of nickel-plated rings, either 5-inch girth or 7-inch girth, and they go from the tip of the penis about 2/3 of an inch down all the way to the testicles, and then there's one at the testicles that holds both of the testicles. So there's
Right.
about 5 rings on your cock, and they're all attached to this steel rod that makes the rings stay in place and
That's
makes your
insane.
penis stay in place the entire time.
Oh, so
And
it's
then-
like a cast.
Oh, yeah. And then on the top of those little rings is a leather strap. The first ring is for your cock and the balls. The rest of the rings are to secure the penis. Male chastity is a thing where you lock your penis in a specially designed cage that prevents you from getting full erections or using your penis for sex. While locked up, you can't masturbate or orgasm, and the cage can only be removed by your designated key holder. While the thought of this makes most men cringe, and I'm not going to go with most men, actually. I'm
This
going to
makes
say
me feel not kink shaming.
it can make others whimper with excitement. Being caged can be extremely exciting and fulfilling. Some people say orgasm denial can improve your sex drive and improve your focus. Also, this is used a lot in dom-sub relationships.
That makes sense. Okay.
Where the mistress is able to punish a sub by denying them not just sex, but the ability to orgasm. A lot of people say that there is mild discomfort when put in the cage, but that actually adds to more of the pleasure side of it. It can actually help those who struggle from low sex drive. So people who may not have as high of a sex drive as their partner, if they get denied an orgasm and they start to develop, and you can do this in other ways.
Yeah.
You don't have to invest in a 5-ringed circus for your dick. You can actually introduce orgasm denial and like start to increase your partner's sex drive by telling them on Monday that you want to fuck them on Friday and then say, never mind, I've changed my mind. You know, right? And then like throughout the week, taking off your panties and leaving them in their car, or sending them pictures of you saying, oh, I'm going to masturbate to you tonight, but you can't have me. Like, these are things you can do to deny orgasm. And what that ends up doing is help create this tease and this desire that maybe is difficult for a person to get in the heat of the moment. Hey, you want to have sex? Hey, you want to fuck? Like,
Yeah, it creates some buildup.
create some buildup. And that really
You
helps.
love the buildup.
That helps people who have low sex drive find the moment and get excited for the moment. Planned sex doesn't have to be boring sex. And orgasm denial can be used with or without a chastity belt. The chastity belt is just an extra step in another direction. And it's
I feel
typically
like
used in like dom sub relationships.
It kind of is reminding me of like using handcuffs versus like just holding someone's hands.
Yeah,
kind of a thing.
exactly.
It takes away like a sense.
or
I
using
guess.
shibari rope
Right,
versus using a necktie.
Yeah.
Right. Or exactly.
It's
and,
fun.
Yeah. And there's so many at-home sex toys. You guys have ice cubes. You may have a sleep mask. You may have, a feather,
A belt.
God, right? Anything.
Shoelace.
God, a wooden spoon. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a
There you
nice
go.
little. Oh God, I want to be spanked with a wooden spoon right now. Jesus Christ! All right, what's yours?
I also back to yours really quickly. I just
thank
found
you.
an article saying
Of course
that
you did.
saying that a lot of women kind of prefer the chastity belts because it's a subversion of like traditional gender roles of
Ooh.
women get to be in charge.
That is
and
hot.
control.
That is
right.
hot.
They're
Yeah.
Kind of
Dom.
adding to the dom
Yeah.
sub
They're the
kind of
dom.
thing that you were
Yeah, the
saying.
man.
But yeah,
Yep.
very
Yep,
cool.
Yep. Your orgasm's mine.
Yeah.
You can't come till I tell you.
Yeah.
That's big.
That's hot. So
Take a breath, listener. I'm gonna take a drink. All right. How are we
final
finishing this?
one.
Jesus.
This
Finish
is
us off.
another kind of reason I wanted to do this episode is I came across a different TikTok page a while ago. This creator called No Panic Button on TikTok. He's like a retired veteran. He's like a metalsmith, I think, and does a bunch of other really cool stuff. But anyway, go check his page out. This one is a urethral sounder.
Okay.
Oh,
So when you showed me this, I was like, Mia,
It's
she wanted this to be the baseline.
Yeah.
She was like, I want the urethral sounder to be the starting point for our sex
I'm
toys.
glad you changed it.
And I was like, okay.
this
That's
the chastity
Reel it in,
belt.
reel it in.
The chastity belt made me feel some way, but this one makes me feel even
Oh,
more that way.
to all the men out there, I'm just gonna apologize if this is something you've never heard of. I'm
Prepare
sorry,
thyself.
Yeah.
but also I'm not.
No. Hey, just let it rip because I mean, there's gonna be some people out there.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
Poor choice
Okay,
in
so-
wording.
For the listener, urethral sounding involves inserting a toy into the urethra.
Okay, so for human beings who don't know the human anatomy, on a person with a penis, the urethral opening is also where urine comes from and is also where semen comes from. It's the one hole on a penis. For vulva owners, our urethra sits just above our vaginal opening and is not large enough for things like fingers or tampons. It is just where pee comes from. So when she says inserting a toy into the urethra, I need you to understand that A, I do not endorse this in any fucking way.
This is extreme expert.
Yeah.
Like, you've really got to be.
I don't even want to give you the website to where this exists because
I don't
this-
have any websites
This
for you.
this is some like
Yes.
complete
You have to know.
expert
Right, because
level
think about
shit.
think about anybody out there who's ever had a UTI.
Oh,
Yeah.
How easy it is to get those just in general.
Oh yeah.
I breathe and I get a UTI. But also the amount of like things that you could damage in the urethra are on a magnitude that I personally cannot fathom.
It's a lot.
I am
on
not
there.
kink shaming. I am just saying this one
This is an extreme.
is to be
kink.
used with extreme
Yeah,
caution.
for sure.
Continue. Because the sounding part is what
Yeah.
fucking blows my mind.
It's crazy. It's a lot. If anyone's ever had a catheter inserted, that's what this is.
Yeah.
But as
I've had a camera inserted in mine
oh my god, a camera for what?
because
Kidney stones.
I had
Oh,
kidney
shit.
stones.
Dude,
and I was
those are rough. You got to pee those out too, don't you?
yeah, no, I had to, but they didn't know that I was bleeding as I was
Yeah.
urinating, and so he's like, I just need to check your bladder.
Yeah.
And so he put a camera down it, and it like popped in because he was forcing it, and then it went, and it was one. God, I don't ever want to do that again.
How did it?
He's actually
feel?
sweating. You
Oh
guys.
gosh, what did it? If you can just describe,
Well,
I,
no,
I can't even.
it was
fathom.
local anesthetic. So, but
Oh my
I had
God,
a
he
needle stuck into
anesthetized?
in the base of my penis.
Oh,
my
how'd
God.
that feel?
Oh yeah, it felt like a needle going to the base of my penis.
It's like exactly what you expect.
And
Yeah.
I think the funny part is I don't know if it was funny. I was like, this is fucking just wild because my urologist was, he was a younger guy, really good. He helped me out a lot because it got rid of my kidney stones and the surgery that I did. But the girl that walked in was like gorgeous, and she was the one that was putting the shot, and she was probably like in her mid-20s. Beautiful, and I was like, this is a girl that's gonna do
That's just bad planning,
But- and it-
bad hiring. Like,
no, right, and it was funny to me because I'm like going through this moment of trauma, and I know it's coming because he said this is what we're gonna do,
oh my God.
and I'm like, and I
She's coming at you with a needle in her hand and she's going to stab your dick.
yeah, and it was a long needle too. It wasn't just like
Oh,
it was like
Oh no.
Trigger,
so if any men out there have
trigger
ever
warning.
had a scope camera jammed down their urethra, it's,
Yeah. So
sorry, I didn't
That
steal your
became-
thunder.
So, according to the article I was reading, which is from Healthline, they were saying that this urethral sounding thing started actually as a medical procedure to clear obstructions from the urethra. And
And one guy was like, oh, hey.
wait a minute.
He's all wait, I like that.
If it's done safely and properly, it can result in a pleasurable feeling.
Yeah.
It's usually going to be either a stainless steel or titanium rod. Sometimes they're also made out of silicone or plastic, but I think the titanium ones are usually heavier and easier, resistance wise, less
sterilized,
resistance.
too.
Yeah, easier to
Way
sterilize.
easier to clean. Yeah.
And because of the metal, it's easier. It slides easier.
That
less
makes
resistance.
sense.
The silicone ones are usually flexible and softer, but can be harder to slide because of the textured surface. So, I mean, that could also be something that someone's looking for. Who knows?
Yeah.
Generally, they are going to be.
my eyes are watering because when I was looking up my sex toys, I saw these,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and some of them are the width of like,
dude.
oh God, an expo marker.
Yeah. And I'm
They
just
can
hoping
be
I'm just
big.
hoping
And they're like bulbous and like it's like 7 of them.
Yes.
So think anal beads, right?
yeah. Graduated
Right.
anal beads.
And then like
Dude, yeah. So it's usually it's not gonna have any kind of texture. It's just gonna be long, thin, and straight. And it's like what's I'm trying to think. Like
Is it like a chopstick length?
Yeah, like maybe like a chopstick, like a skinny chopstick.
chopstick with gumballs.
Yes, but like typically
centimeter.
a normal, like a starting out one is just gonna be like just a straight
Just the
chopstick.
chop- Chopstick.
Nothing.
But
No.
yeah, you can get fancy with it. Sometimes they're curved, sometimes they have ridges, like bumps,
Yeah.
some other types of things going on there. And the girth is going to be measured in millimeters. Generally, it's going to start really small because the hole is extremely small. But
Right.
you can expand to get to the size of an expo marker if that's something you want.
Wild.
For potential risks, infrequent practice is not going to affect the size of your urethra.
Right.
However, regular practice, thinking like a weekly basis, is going to increasingly like expand the urethra when you like move up to bigger toys. So if you're doing this on a weekly basis, increasing the size of the toy as you go, yes, your urethra is going to get bigger.
That's not great.
No.
I want to know what the studies are.
Why
on,
are you
like-
doing this on a weekly basis? That's my question.
Yeah.
Also, like the studies on like incontinence.
Yeah.
Well, but I think about this. So where on, at least I'm thinking in the male anatomy, where I would stop the urine from coming out is at the base of my penis.
Correct. Where you're near your nutsack.
So if
Yes.
you're not going that far down and expanding that, would it really?
Maybe not, but if she's saying that you can stimulate the fucking prostate,
Oh
That's what
yeah.
I'm-
by doing
so
this?
That's what I'm really. That's what I'm kind of interested in. Like,
The-
this next part.
the reason as to like why people do this
Yeah.
is because the genital area, as we know, is dense with nerves. The urethra passes particularly sensitive areas in the penis, head, the clitoris, the G-spot, and sounding, so inserting these rods, can stimulate these nerves in a more direct way. A sounding toy can also directly stimulate the prostate if it's inserted deep enough. So the article didn't specify
Damn.
how deep that is,
Yeah.
but I
Right.
don't.
And I
mean, it's got to be
understand.
pretty fucking deep.
Well,
in the female
in my
in vulvular anatomy, the urethra is literally centimeters from the clit.
Right.
Centimeters.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you this would be almost instant. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you would recognize
Yeah.
your
And
anatomy pretty quickly.
I didn't see
In the
if this was
female
like
anatomy.
if this was like for females and males. I'm sure it could be used for, but
Oh,
I
I'm
think
sure.
it's most typically seen with a penis owner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which is funny because
You
you'd have to go really deep to find the prostate, but the
Yeah,
clitoris
'cause-
and the urethra are very
I know.
close.
Interesting.
They're like neighbors.
Yeah, and long-term side effects, it's not going to affect how you pee, apparently.
Wow.
You know, as long as you're doing it safely and correctly and whatever. It could sting after a sounding session.
Oh, God.
But it is just
I want to see the
temporary.
results. How
Yeah.
large was the sample size? I don't know if I agree with this.
But dude, it's pretty fucking intense. Yeah, like the one
Yeah.
in the no panic button on TikTok, the one that I saw him making was literally like the size of maybe like $1 coin in
Holy
width.
shit!
Like $1 coin in girth.
Wow.
That's thick. Wow.
Yeah.
She thick.
I just can't like fathom
Yeah.
how that would actually fit in there.
No.
All right. So
On that note.
Now
we're-
that we've lost half of our
Good
listeners,
God.
they're
so
like,
all of
click.
us are now going to tell which one of these we want for Christmas.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep. I know mine.
Okay.
So mine is the water slide. I have seen this on TikTok. I have had it sent to me. I have actually reached out to the manufacturers to see if I can be an affiliate. Like I actually really
It'd be a fun experiment.
Not only do I want a water slide, but like I would very much like to be affiliated with water slide. So water slide, if you're listening, I would like one for Chris. All I want for Christmas is you. Husband Kevin Weller.
Well, since the second two, I don't think I would have any use for those.
No.
So, I'd be down with a rubber ducky.
Okay.
Just,
You wouldn't be down with the fisting gloves?
I don't know who I would use those on.
Me.
Dear.
Oh.
You can use them on yourself.
No, that one. The fit is not gonna. It's not gonna.
I
fit.
know. I'm
It's just not gonna work.
I'm aware. It's fine. A girl can dream.
Oh my God.
Mia, what do you want for Christmas?
I want the candle. Right. I think
Yeah.
it's so
Say
cute.
that.
You know what?
I
I take my back because those ones I think are the best.
I
one.
think it's so like versatile too, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
And
You don't have to use it in a sexy
you don't have
situation,
to
but
use
you
it
can.
in a sexy
Yeah,
situation. It could be like a
absolutely.
self-care thing.
And I think the
I
temperature
agree.
play thing is pretty cool too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very easy way to insert yourself
I think that. Yeah. I
into
think
vanilla.
that is literally one of probably like the easiest, like most mundane way to cross over from vanilla to.
I feel like that and restraint play, like holding
Yeah.
someone's
Oh, yeah,
hand
you're
above
right.
their
You know, that's-
head,
yeah.
or like a sense.
We do like
sense play.
restraint play.
I feel like that's in sense play. Like heat is in there, but
Yeah.
also
Oh, yeah.
taking away your vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one.
Okay.
Or taking away your ability to speak. That's one. Like those are all the taking
Yeah.
away your senses. That's always great. I
And
love
if
touch.
any of our
sense, yeah.
WIP listeners,
WY peeps.
you know what?
It's the WY peeps. Don't you fucking disrespect them. Oh my God. How dare you?
If anybody ever, when you listen to this and you actually go and buy something, whether it is something that we talked about on this episode, or if it inspired you to go and buy something in general, please.
Tell us your stories.
Yeah, tell us your story. Message us at our Instagram. Ashley will definitely respond.
Will I?
Maybe
if
it's
actually,
appropriate.
Be nice.
I've never not responded. Although I did get a message recently that garnered a block. I love answering questions, but I love answering appropriate questions. So please don't ask me what the largest dick I've ever seen is, and please don't ask me how many people I was with before my husband. Neither of those are appropriate questions.
No, they're not.
Also, if you want to know the answer, you can go listen to the episode called Kevin the Cunt, where we actually explain both of those things.
Yes.
So maybe be a better listener, and then your questions will get answered.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Not a true fan.
Jesus. Not a true fan. Thanks for listening to this amazing Christmas quickie, all about some kinky gifts you can buy if you want to step outside the box and find a new fun toy. Thank you both for doing your research.
Yeah, this was so
This
fun.
is a good one. High five to Mia for the idea.
For this great idea. We are also going to do one more Christmas episode for you lucky little elves.
You're so welcome.
You are so fucking welcome. Merry fucking Christmas.
Fucking Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, hoes. I'm just kidding. We actually really love you a lot. Please check us out at What's Your Position Podcast on TikTok and on Instagram, where I'm trying to be better about posting. Also, if you want to email us, you can at what'syourpositionpodcast@gmail.com. Call us at 513-6966. We will answer your questions live on air. Thank you so much for being such good elves and listening to us. Ho, 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 motherfuckers, and stay safe, stay kind, and stay sexy for Santa.
Day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Sexy Christmas, break it down. Sexy Christmas, break it down. Fifth, sixth, seventh day, my true love gave to me. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th day, my true love gave to me. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Sexy Christmas.
What's Your Position podcast represents the opinions of Ashley Weller and her guests. The content here should not be taken as medical advice and is intended for education and entertainment purposes only. Views and opinions expressed in the podcast are our own and do not represent that of our places of work. While we make every effort to ensure the information we are sharing is accurate, we welcome any comments, suggestions, or correction of error. Stay safe, stay kind, and stay sexy.
At least we go. Darling, you know that we are sold out. This is fading, but the band plays on now. We're crying, so let the velvet roll down.